Hello Year 9. So your remote learning for this week and next week is all about electricity, and it's an electricity recap. Now this will be something that you've learned about possibly in Year 7 and 8. However, it's something that's really important, and you're going to be doing it again at GCSE next year and a little bit more at the end of the year. So it's really important. It's a really important topic. It's really important you've got the foundation of knowledge you need. So we thought we'd take this opportunity to give you a bit of a recap on the really important parts of electricity, so you know what you're doing moving forward. Okay, so read the slide really carefully to make sure you understand what you've got to do. And when you've done that, you can work through the PowerPoint. Obviously, make sure that you ask your teacher if you need them as well. Okay, so I've drawn a circuit. The circuit that I've drawn, I think it's brilliant. Can you tell me what I've done well and what I need to improve on? So pause the video now and have a think. Okay, so you might have got things like this. So things that I did well in the green box. The wires meet at right angles. Well, mostly. One cell has been drawn with the correct symbol. I've drawn pictures for the others though, which isn't very clear. So that's in the red box. I've drawn a picture of a bulb, a cell and an ammeter, rather than using the correct symbol. I also haven't used a pencil and ruler. You can see one of my wires has gone a bit wobbly. Okay, so what is a circuit? So a circuit allows electricity to flow as long as there's no gaps in it. We can represent them using symbols and diagrams. And each component has a different symbol. That's really important. We'll come to why on the next slide. So circuits can get really complicated. And this is an example of a really complicated circuit. Now, if this wasn't drawn clearly and correctly with the correct diagrams and the correct structure of wires, nobody would be able to recreate it. So you would have electricians trying to recreate circuits that they didn't understand, which could potentially be really dangerous. So if you've got two images of bulbs in the bottom corner of this slide, one's been drawn and one's a symbol, which do you think is more useful? So hopefully you got that the drawing of the bulb could look different depending on who's drawn it. So I could draw a drawing of a bulb and it would look totally different to one that someone else has drawn. However, this symbol is always the same. Anyone anywhere in the world who knows about electrical symbols could look at that and say that is a bulb, no matter what language they speak or where they are. So these are the symbols that you need to know about. So it'd be really good to pause the video here and have a read about each one. If there's one that you don't understand, for example, if you're really not sure what a resistor does, make sure you ask your teacher during your time this week to ask questions. You need to have a look at your timetable and find out when that is. But have a read of them. Make sure you understand the symbol and what each one does. So this is a pink slide, so that means you need to do a task for this. So you need to complete task 1 to 3 in the task booklet. And this has either been printed for you as sent home or set as an assignment on Teams, so you'll have to type in. So whichever way you're doing it, have a go at this and then come back to the video when you've finished. Okay, so next part of the lesson is about drawing circuit diagrams. So there's two types of circuits that we can draw, series and parallel. Series circuits are one loop, and this is the example that I've given you on this page. So this is a series circuit with 3 bulbs and a battery. So I've used the correct symbols. I've used the symbol for battery and I've used the correct symbol for bulb. I've also drawn the wires so they meet at right angles, so it's a nice rectangle shape. And I've also used a ruler and a pencil. For a parallel circuit, there can be more than one loop. So it's the same rules, just instead of just one series loop, it's more than one. Different components then go in different branches, but other than that, it's exactly the same rules. So you need to use the correct symbols, use a ruler and pencil, and make sure the wires meet at right angles. One thing that you guys need to be aware of, more so than lower down the school, is what happens when certain components break in different circuits. So you've got a series circuit. If bulb 1 or 2 breaks in that series circuit, the whole circuit goes off. And that's because the circuit's been broken. However, in a parallel circuit, if bulb 3 breaks, bulb 4 will still light. because the electricity can go all the way around the circuit to bulb 4 and completely miss bulb 3. And vice versa. If bulb 4 breaks, bulb 3 will still light up because the electricity can still go through bulb 3. It's nothing stopping it. The reason that happens is because inside a filament lamp there's a tiny, really thin piece of metal called the filament. And if that bulb breaks, then the filament is causing a break in the circuit. So the electricity can't flow, can't jump through the air. That's what lightning does, but not voltages of this size that we're talking about. So it can't just jump, so it can't flow through the circuit. Right, what you need to do now is to complete questions 4 to 6 in your booklet. It's either been printed for you or set as an assignment, and you can, if you're doing the circuit diagrams, you can either do them on the computer if you feel confident doing that, or you can draw them on paper and then take a photo and upload that. Up to you which way you do it. Right, so your connect question, so think something to think about for next lesson, and I'll tell you the answer next time. What word links these 3 images? So have a think, maybe discuss it as part of your lesson. Totally up to you how you do it, but I'll tell you next time. So see you then.